has the notice been given in Article 10?
Hmm.
If today I go to America
Hmm.
with a Pakistani passport, no diplomatic passport,
Hmm.
and suddenly Pakistani ambassador says, "Oh, Mr. Qadri, you are a very well-known lawyer. We want to apply you as our legal advisor."
Hmm.
And they write a letter to the State Department that Mr. Qadri is a... But if I say to them, look, I don't want my name to be known,
Hmm.
so use my name what my mother called me, Shibli.
Hmm.
It's okay. So they will issue another passport in the name of Shibli and write to the State Department that this man, whom we are calling Shibli, is now our legal advisor.
Okay.
Now, they might be, recruiting me for some nefarious purpose,
Hmm.
for spying, for anything.
Hmm.
But the moment they say to them, and my name goes on the list of the diplomatic immunity people from Pakistan embassy, I got that immunity. No court can look at it.
Okay.
So the day later was written saying this man that we call Davis, we have employed him in our administrative and...
Okay, I got your point.
Yeah.
Qadri Sahab, I got your point.
The second thing is this, finally, that everybody, all of you, somehow I hear various TV programs, I read papers, have forgotten one thing.
Hmm.
The Lahore High Court has ordered the government of Pakistan to inform them whether this man has diplomatic immunity or not. They have not said we shall investigate. It was a part of the lawyer's case who filed a case and on which the exit control list name was placed, that he claims immunity is not immunity. The Lahore High Court ordered that the government of Pakistan should tell them.
Yeah.
So, if the government says yes, letter was written, I'm more than confident that the Lahore High Court will say, we don't investigate anymore, we are not entitled, he's got immunity.
Okay.
The question is why the government of Pakistan is not saying yea and nay, that no letter was...
And may I now
sure.
jump in?
Yeah, sure,
John Ballinger from
John.
Washington.
Yeah, John.
I agree completely, again, with your British lawyer. He has it exactly right. If the United States has asserted immunity on behalf of this individual, no matter what his name is, then he has immunity. And the points made by your call or by the professor in the studio about any conflicting statements are just irrelevant. It doesn't matter if he has a business visa. It doesn't matter if he was said that he would work in Lahore versus in Islamabad. It doesn't matter whether he was part of the administrative and technical staff, which it's my understanding that he was. The fact is, if he is notified by the U.S. government to the Pakistani Foreign Ministry, which it is my understanding that he was on January the 20th, then it's very clear under the Vienna Convention that he, and I'm quoting, he shall not be liable to any form of arrest or detention, and he shall enjoy immunity from the criminal jurisdiction of the receiving state. Now, I, as the legal advisor of the United States, have worked very closely with Pakistani diplomats and lawyers for many years. They're very good lawyers, and they understand their obligations under international law. It's very clear under the Vienna Convention that Mr. Davis is being held in violation of the Vienna Convention. I understand better than anyone how difficult it is for the Pakistani Foreign Ministry and the national government to respect this individual's immunity. It's very unpopular.
Okay.
I had to do this regularly in the United States when foreign diplomats in Washington or in New York would break our law, and our State Department would then have to assert to local authorities that they had immunity. And we would be called terrible names and would be told that we were sticking up for foreign governments. But the fact is, those are the United States obligations under the Vienna Convention, and Pakistan has similar obligations under the Vienna Convention.
Okay. So, in Vienna Convention, it's like what you are saying, John, is that we are bound to go by the 61 Vienna Convention, right? So under that convention, whatever his name is, Raymond Davis or whatever his name is, this American citizen who has been detained, arrested on the charges of double murder, he should not be arrested, and he should be let free, right?
That is correct. Pakistan can ask the U.S. government to waive his immunity, and the U.S. government can make that decision. Or if the United States refuses to waive his immunity, then he can be kicked out of the country. And as the British lawyer said, this is what happens between countries. If a foreign diplomat does something...
Okay, I think we have lost John Bellinger, but he has given his verdict. John Bellinger, former legal advisor to the State Department, उन्होंने कहा है जी कि under the Vienna Convention 1961 जो अमेरिकन सिटीजन डिटेन हुए, जो भी उनका नाम है, रेमंड डेविस है या जो भी उनका नाम है, उनको डिटेन नहीं किया जा सकता और अमेरिकन को कहा जा सकता है, पाकिस्तानी गवर्नमेंट अमेरिकन को कह सकती है कि उसकी डिप्लोमेटिक स्टेटस जो है, इम्यूनिटी जो है, उसको पुल आउट कर ले, उनको उसको ख़त्म कर ले, ये कहा जा सकता है, उसको डिटेन नहीं किया जा सकता.
Hello.
John Bellinger is back online. Ji. So I was repeating what you said. You said that under the Vienna Convention 1961, Raymond Davis or whatever his name is, he cannot be detained by the Pakistani authorities, and the Pakistani authorities can ask the American government to pull out or to withdraw his immunity and deport him, right?
That's correct. They
Okay.
can either ask the U.S. government to waive his immunity, and if the U.S. government won't, then they can kick him out of the country.
Okay. Okay, done. So let me have the Brit version also. Let me have the Qadri Saab's version also. Qadri Saab, do you agree with John Bellinger?
Yes, of course, definitely. I mean, this is a very clear case. The position is that the Lahore High Court is waiting from the government of Pakistan.
Government of Pakistan jawab nahi de rahi. Government of Pakistan is not responding to the Lahore High Court.
You see, I suspect there is this problem. Punjab government have arrested him. Police comes from the Punjab government.
Okay.
Federal government does not want to say release him because they'll become unpopular.
Okay.
This is all politics.
So it's politics going on in Pakistan right now.
Yeah.
So, okay. Is there any politics going on in states also, John, between the Republicans and the Democrats?
Just a little bit, I'm afraid.
So I don't want to go into those details because it will I don't have much time left. Okay, Qadri Saab, I got your point also.
The only thing I want to tell you very quickly is that there's one thing more can be done. If the United States say we don't want to waive it because they don't expect justice, then they should try this man in their own country.
Okay.
They should say we'll not waive it. We'll try him on murder in the United States. They should give an undertaking to government of Pakistan because convention says, Article 41, that without prejudice to these privileges and immunities, it is the duty of the diplomatic staff enjoying such privileges and immunities to respect the laws of the receiving state. Now, obviously, they are not respecting the laws of the receiving state because they are not submitting to jurisdiction, and it is without prejudice. They are entitled to, but they should simply say, well, we have reason not to respect it, but we make sure justice is shall try in our country. You give us evidence, but they shouldn't say we want him to get scot-free. When he shot two people in daylight, he should be tried somewhere.
Okay.
Because that justice demands, and the United States have always said it, and your guest from America will confirm it. The United States has always asked the countries, look, you should waive it. This is not right. This is an abuse of convention.
Okay.
Right? But when they ask other people, they should waive it.
Okay. Okay. So I've been quoting this incident also, the 1997 incident, the Deputy Ambassador of Georgia, who was sentenced for 21 years and imprisonment in America for it was a road accident. The deputy ambassador of Georgia was drunk driving. He had the charges. He was facing charges of drunk and driving charges. And an American citizen was killed on the road in a road accident in D.C. in Washington D.C. So there was a pressure from the American government, Bill Clinton government, and the Georgians like withdrew the immunity